Your world is not as it is. Your world is as you are. Think about that in the sense of if you're seeking out positivity, love, good energy, you're gonna see more of that. If you're constantly in a negative state, if you're in a state of greed or lust, whatever that low frequency is, you're gonna see more of that. Your world is as you are. Think about that, and also in the sense of like, if you've been shopping for a particular car, you're gonna see more of those types of cars around. If you've been in a pretty bad relationship and you think all men or women are this particular way, you're gonna continue to see more of that. You have to be able to change your perception of the world, then you're gonna be able to find and navigate your way to those things. It's a universal law of manifestation. Like, it's not hocus pocus or anything. What you put your attention to, you're going to see more of that. If you're looking for opportunities, you're going to find more opportunities. If you're looking for problems, you're going to see more of that. As you begin to demand, ask, or complain for certain things, be prepared to see more of that. And the only way to work through that is to work on it yourself. So if you're going to demand, ask, or complain about something or someone, be prepared to fix those things within yourselves so that you can change the frequency of how you begin to perceive the world. It's that saying of like, ask and you shall receive. It's not easy enough, it's not simple enough to just want something. You're gonna constantly be tested. It's gonna be not this God or universe or something that's conspiring against you, but it's your own will. It's your own willingness to go and make the changes necessary to get you out of this particular place. If you're not happy with your workplace, if you feel like you need some sort of adjustment, what do you have to do? You can't just sit there and complain about it. You have to make the adjustments to either improve your environment or take the step to leave and find something better. If you do that, you're gonna see that there are other opportunities available. It's the same thing if you own a business and your employees are constantly leaving or artists are constantly leaving. The pattern is not the problem with the people who are leaving, it's the problems within you. So I've been noticing these patterns within myself and said, hey, you know what? What sort of adjustments can I make to avoid certain scenarios repeating itself in the past? Our entire life is based on patterns, our patterns of life. Some may call it karma, some may just call it cause and effect. But if you don't see these patterns and make the adjustments that are necessary, you're going to repeat the same thing. It's the same thing with like generational trauma or generational wealth. If you come from a household of trauma, you're going to likely pass that on. If you come from a family, a generation of wealth, you're likely going to get that knowledge passed on. How do you break these patterns? It starts with within. It's really taking the time to be still, to self-assess, be self-aware, and then looking at the little minute changes that are going to make big exponential changes later. One of the ways that you can work through these is running. Like, I just finished a half marathon, no particular event or anything, just me, 6 miles out, 6 miles back. And through those long runs, even the short ones, you start to find out, you start to think like, what are my thought patterns? What are the patterns that are going on in the relationships around me, or with work, with my health, with my love, with my art? You figure out what your patterns are, why these certain things are repeating, and why you're in the same place, or why you're getting better. If you're getting better, if you're making improvements in all these areas, great. Be aware of what changes had to take place. Honor yourself. Be aware of those things. And if you want those to be even better, you have to look at it from the place of what can I do to improve? You have to always study and analyze every little thing that's going on in your life, and you find out, how do I improve this? You make the improvements and you repeat. It's a vicious cycle for you to get out of the current state that you're in to really propel forward to your level of greatness. There is no secret to it. Are you willing to go inward and be self-aware? Or Do you want to stay exactly where you are? I can't answer that for you. And it's not enough to just say, yes, I do. You're going to constantly test and prove it to yourself to make sure that that is really in congruency with who you're trying to be. Really, really, really self-reflect. Take that time and figure out, who are you and what do you want?